Hello, New Jersey. Oh, you guys, I love you guys. I'm a New Yorker born and raised, so we used to go to the Jersey Shore all the time. That was like a treat for us growing up. So I'm just excited to be here with you guys, and I know you guys have been learning so much or are going to learn so much today. There's so many things that we could cover. And I want you guys to give Laura a big hug, a big thank you. She's the one who put this all together. And it's just a lot of work, but it's a lot of love. And I want you guys to remember that being a part of Young Living is something that's like a privilege and just is super special. So with that being said, we're doing a special topic just for you guys today. And it's really about disease, right? And that's a hot word. Like, we're not supposed to talk about disease. I'm not talking about them in the way that we might think we would be talking about it. The word disease or dis-ease is this idea that your body is out of whack somehow, right? So like if you took an iTovi reading and it's reading this kind of bioimpedance thing, it's reading things in your body that are out of whack, out of normal range. And so the goal in life is to stay above the wellness line, okay? So we're going to get into that. I just want to real quick say who I am. Jen O'Sullivan, if you don't know who I am already, and I am an educator. I love Young Living more than any other product on the planet, and literally just love to teach and love to share as much as I possibly can. I run the group, The Human Body and Essential Oils, and I have a YouTube channel that you guys can check out, plus a ton of other educational resources that I'm sure your team will tell you about. So let's get right into it, because it is important. This one's interesting. This is an interesting kind of different topic that I actually haven't covered in my other group. And it comes to this idea of, okay, if you have emotional issues that are out of whack, right? We're not talking about like I sprained my ankle or I've got liver failure, right? We're not talking about that. We're talking about the kind of other side. We have hardware and we have software. And interestingly enough, the software portion, kind of this emotional, mental state of being, is very powerful. Now, in one of my other talks, I talked about the placebo effect and how super strong that is, so go ahead and look that up. But do know that when we're looking at our health from an overall perspective, one of the fastest and easiest ways to address health issues is to address our emotions, okay? And the emotion of, say, stress, the emotion of sadness, right? These are all good things potentially, right? When we're stressed out, our body's releasing hormones to actually help us get through that stress. They're kind of this fight or flight hormones, or our cortisols gets bumped, that stress hormone that people say. The stress hormone is really a wake yourself up hormone, okay? So I want you guys to really start considering what areas in your life could you even write down right now that are emotional blocks for you. Could be trauma from when you were a child. It could be trauma from when you were an adult. Are you going through a really, really nasty divorce right now? Have you had a major loss of somebody in your family and life recently? Are you struggling at a career that you're just like dragging your feet and dying on the vine? I mean, these are things that drive our emotions, things that are important to us. The people that we love the most are the people that can absolutely do the most damage. And so when you're looking at all of this emotional stuff and you then look at your physical life, you'll actually start to see a mirror. You'll see that when your emotional life is messed up, your physical life is actually usually messed up too, whether it be in the form of simple, really bad skin, or in more serious forms where you start seeing that you've got stress rashes appearing, or you have like actual disease that is interesting because these can stem from your emotions. So part of the interesting thing with essential oils, and do know the FDA kind of doesn't care much about our emotions. Like if we talk about our emotions, that's not really a disease thing. But so many studies have been done on the correlation between emotions and actual disease. So I encourage you guys to, like I said, write down the things that are kind of blocking you right now. Write down anything you think could be blocking you. And then start looking at ways to support that from an emotional standpoint from using oils. And oils are just crazy interesting when it comes to emotions because they kind of don't make sense to us. We've been brought up in a world where you've got this, you use this, good. To say I'm sad and I'm going to use the oil of gladness, right, or the oil of joy on my heart seems kind of like, well, that's weird. That's an emotion. That's in, you know, whatever, you know, it's like, no. But if you start trying it, you'll see that it's true. Okay. And I love looking at someone like my husband. My husband is simple, right? For lack of a better word. He's my rock. He's everything to me, but he's simple. He doesn't like to overthink things. He doesn't like to have any drama. Like, he's really funny. We're like exact opposites. I'm just like all over the place, up and down, highs and lows, very controlling, type A personality, which some of you are probably like, yep, that's me. And then there's my husband who's like even keeled through life. And I'm like, come on, why can't I be like that? But we balance each other out. The interesting thing, though, when it comes to oils and emotion, is that because he's pretty like stable, I can use an oil on him that's an emotional oil, and it works instantly for him within seconds. It's wild to watch. It's actually kind of like he's my guinea pig, and I'm like, whoa, that's cool. For me, I fight it. I fight it all the time. Like, I'm mad, and I don't want to not be mad, and like I'm using an oil, like, or like I'm freaking out, and I'll use stress away, and it's like it's not working because I'm just freaking out. Okay, it's my own body cells fighting against what I'm using. The thing is, it's not that the oils aren't working; it's that I am fighting that tooth and nail. So what I have learned is when I'm trying to use an emotional support oil, like release, right? You hear of so many people using that and then they just start crying immediately. It's no joke. It's like a very powerful oil. However, if you are fighting it, if you're like, I don't want to give up this pain, I don't want to forgive this person, I don't want to use the oil of forgiveness, or I don't want to use a specific oil that is going to maybe help me get through this, right? Like we really do hold on to our emotions and feel entitled to them. So what I want you to do is start this new practice of taking whatever you're using, right? Gratitude. I'm full of hate right now. I'm full of just, why me, right? This kind of selfish self-idolatry. And I want you to take an oil like the oil of gratitude or humility and take some, rub it on your chest, rub it on the back of your neck, and just pray, right? So I'm a total Jesus freak. So I would just sit there and go, okay, Lord Jesus, take this from me. I am not doing this right. Okay? And I will actually say, give me gratitude. Like, I need more gratitude. So I use that oil as a helpful meditative tool. What's interesting then, though, is that my mouth aligns with my brain and helps my cells then calm down and accept that oil to help then align myself towards that end. So it's fascinating. I'm not gonna lie, it's like fascinating when you're like, what? How does this work? Trust me and know that to understand when you see somebody who you can see them respond instantly to somebody who doesn't, you can see their personality type. I'm a strong red, and I literally have to kind of work with the oils. So find your personality. Some of you guys are like, oh, girlfriend, I'm all over it. I'm good. I know which oils to use when I'm freaking out. I know, and you might do it because you're just good. Like, that is your personality type too, and you know which ones to use. If you don't, use the label names. All the names on the labels of the emotional oils, there's so many of them, by the way, are there for a reason. Now, if you're having a hard time with some of the smells, like, because they're all different, and some of them you're going to be like, I need this so badly, and then you're like, I hate the smell, right? Like you literally are like, I can't stand the smell. That's okay, and that's a good thing. You want to then put that on the bottom of your feet, or you can chase it with peppermint. It's a really easy trick that you would put it on your heart, rub it on the back of your neck, smell it in, just get that one whiff, and then, you know, you can rub your hands off if you want. Washing them doesn't do much. And then put a drop of peppermint on your hands and chase it. Chase it. Okay, and what that's going to do is it's going to mask the smell that you didn't really like, but it's still getting those oils into your body properly. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful for you guys. There's so many different videos that you can watch. I'm super excited to have this YouTube channel up for you guys because I know so many of you are not on Facebook. But if you aren't on My Human Body and Essential Oils, get on there. There's so much fun information in there, and I just try to give as much education as I can. So I am, again, very thankful to be here, and I look forward to meeting you guys at convention. So absolutely come up to me if you can and give me a big hug, and we'll talk soon. Okay, bye guys.